Hello, hello, hello. It's Autoimmune Prepper here. Happy Sunday. Today my video is about, none other than prepping, but just going over some reasons why you should prep. And then I have a story that is very heartfelt to me that I'm going to share in this video about some news that I recently found out about someone. Anyway, so a lot of people ask, prep for what? What do I need to prep for? I have some food at home. I have the usual, 2 cases of water that I buy when I go to the grocery store. We have enough food. We have enough body soap, laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid, whatever. We have enough. So I prep for what? So some of the reasons, excuse me, I just jotted down on here to kind of go over, maybe to jog some memories of some people and to intertwine a few stories in between. So for one, job loss. Many people in today's climate aren't even employed. Some people are living unemployment check to unemployment check if their unemployment benefits are even active for them, if they've been receiving their money. Emergencies, illness. I have illness circled for a reason. Blackouts, prepping for your family. You want to prep because it's just the smart thing to do. Duh. And outbreaks. Now, let's talk about outbreaks. Now, many of you know C-19 hit the scene big time mid-March, April. Although I think it had already kind of been around since maybe November, December. People just weren't really aware of it. I think that's what was going on. In any case, that hit. And when you started going out to the stores, like let's say a couple of days before or maybe a week before, you were going out to the stores were packed full of food, anything you needed, your standard 2 cases of water, you were able to go and purchase. That came along. If any of you were out there during that time, you know those lines to get into the store were around the building. The lines inside the stores were off the chain. You couldn't find anything in the stores. Now, if you were a prepper, you were prepared for that event. So when you see these preppers on the channels and they're talking and we're talking and talking about getting prepared, then this is one of the reasons why. All of these reasons are reasons why you should prepare. You should become a prepper now. You should start prepping, meaning gathering your items, food, water, hygiene, medical equipment, little by little, what your budget can afford, but just start now. And you want to do these 2 things. You want to become this, start doing this, so you can be this, prepared for any of these situations over here. So you are prepping now, so when emergencies arise, you'll be prepared. You'll be ready. I mean, who knew that C-19 was right around the corner? Who knew that everybody's life was going to be turned upside down? I certainly didn't know that. But those that were prepared, they weren't in those long lines around the corner like many of us were. If you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. So you want to start now. Now, to circle back to illness, my daughter, I took her to get her hair done yesterday. And this hits so very close to home for me. It just really hurt my heart to hear. So the young lady that does my daughter's hair She's in her mid 30s. I think she's 34. She has young teenage children and a couple of minor children also. We hadn't been to get my daughter's hair for a few months, several months. So I hadn't seen her, like the new year had hit. We hadn't been in contact or anything. I think maybe past all the way back to before Christmas. So when we were there, we were talking, and she said, "Did I tell you what was going on with me?" I said, "No, we haven't seen each other for months now." And she went on to tell me that she had recently, like maybe back in October, been diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. I don't know a whole lot of detail about multiple sclerosis, but I do know that it can be an ugly disease as well. And as she was explaining, her form of MS is just devastating because she's young, she's up, she can get around, she can use her hands, she can do hair. But the type of MS she says she has will ultimately leave her in a wheelchair, according to doctors. Now, I'm not saying we put all our faith in doctors. We just get the information and we make informed decisions from that. So it was just right up my alley to try and make her feel better, to let her know, doctors, they don't know everything, but they do know enough to get us on track and try to help us stay on track. And then we have to do our own research as we go along to help preserve our own health. But I could just hear the worry in her voice about, her children and, getting her paperwork in order and her life on a higher level in order. So when you suffer or you're diagnosed with illnesses, so I'm sharing her story to say she's a young individual. She didn't know MS was lying dormant in her system, waiting to jump out and surprise her in her mid 30s. Her doctors told her that it had been in her body since she was 20. Now, I don't know how they know that. I guess through the MRI or through the lumbar puncture that they get your fluid. I guess they can determine how long something has been in your body. And so she's just very concerned. And that was an opportunity for me to really talk about, prepping and getting prepared for for her situation and how important it is to prep and be prepared. So through this video, I was sharing her information because illnesses, we just never know what's around the corner, and they can just pop up on anybody at any time. And I'm a witness for that. If you saw my video of my being diagnosed with neuromyelitis optica, it's not a good thing, especially when you don't have a lot of support or a lot of family support and friends fall off and you kind of on your own. So I was just compelled to let her know, well, this is right up my alley. I've been there, I've done that, and I've done a lot of the legwork on finding resources for different things. And I just went on to let her know, if you need me for anything, just reach out. You need to cry, you need to vent, let me know. And she responded by text saying, she thought she had laid too much on me by sharing her story. And I told her, no, you haven't. That's what I'm here for. Maybe that's why I went through what I went through, so that I can help the next person. And through what I went through, it opened my eyes and brought me into the prepping world. So I kind of view my channel as a prepping channel with emphasis on the blind, the disabled, and those with autoimmune illnesses. So I'm going to help our community not only learn how to prep, the best ways to prep for our conditions or our situations, but other information that can help you, maybe feel better if you are in one of those categories. So that's the story that I wanted to share. And I want to say prepping is important because if you fall into that category of illness and you do have a family, you want to have the supplies and things that you need. So if there ever comes a time when you can't get out on your own to go and do your own shopping, or you just don't have help and you want to have a big supply of your everyday things that you need to thrive, not only survive, you want to thrive and you want to live as comfortable as possible, you want to start prepping now. I hope this story helps someone. If you know of anybody, share this story. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not already subscribed. And make sure you also hit the notification bell when you do subscribe so that you can get all of my videos that I am sharing. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.